Asterisk, they always told us the universe was widening, thinning. It's becoming quieter with each passing century. That the age of vibrant constellations and noisy radio skies had long ended. But I never believed them. Not truly. Not until the morning the sky above the academy dimmed, not from clouds, not from weather, but from something folding the light itself. I remember the silence before it began. Silence so total it felt curated. My name is L.T. Rowan, Hale, human, teacher, last generation, earthborn in that morning. As I prepared my class for another tedious lecture on post-collapse anthropology, I felt something inside me shift. A premonition. A sense that history, long stagnant and heavy, was about to wake up. I could feel it in the corridors, the way the lights flickered, the way the atmospheric regulators stuttered like they were holding their breath. Even the recycled air tasted metallic. Like the ship was bracing for impact with an idea, rather than an object. I didn't know then that she was already there, walking toward my classroom with steps, too quiet to belong to anything born of flesh. I didn't. No, I was about to meet the Queen, nor that she had come for me, the Academy, floated above the fractured remains of Earth, tethered to the planet like a ghost, unwilling to let go. Below us, the world was a palette of grays, oceans muted, forests reduced to ash-bone silhouettes, the continents carved with scars left by ancient reactors that once burned too. Bright, humanity hadn't died, not exactly, but we had stalled, locked in a perpetual loop of rebuilding, rationing, surviving, teaching the next generation how not to repeat the mistakes of the last. The Academy was part sanctuary, part prison, a place meant to preserve what was left of us. Some days, it felt noble. Other days, it felt like an autopsy. My classroom sat on the eastern, hinge ring, a narrow sector overlooking what was once the Atlantic. Morning light broke through the haze, bleeding through cracked atmospheric glass and painting my students in long streaks of pale gold 20 faces, all young, all born in orbit. None having ever stepped foot on Earth's soil. They looked at me like I was some relic of pre-collapse humanity, someone who had breathed real oxygen, walked on real dirt. Seeing the sky without a dome? Maybe that's why she came to my class, specifically. Maybe she wanted someone who remembered the beginning before she could show me the end. In those days, I lived with a quiet dread, the kind that doesn't scream but sits behind the ribs, heavy and patient. Every class I taught felt like borrowing time from a future I didn't believe in. Humanity was shrinking. So was hope. We clung to rituals, education, ceremony. Old songs like children pressing old photographs to their hearts. I felt old at 30-6. Older than the Academy. Older than the ground beneath us. And beneath all of that, an unspoken loneliness threaded through me. Not the loneliness of isolation, but the loneliness of being one of. The last who remembered what humanity used to be. Perhaps that's why the universe sent her. Perhaps that's why she chose me. My lecture was halfway through when the anomaly struck. A soft vibration rolled through the floor. Then another. Then a third. Rising like a heartbeat out of sync, the classroom lights dimmed. Students looked around, whispering. I raised a hand, telling them to stay calm. Then the distortion began. Not a sound, not a tremor, but a bending, a warping of space at the center of the room. As if reality were being peeled open like soft fabric, the air shimmered. A low hum pulsed, and from the distortion stepped a woman. No, not a woman. Something built in a woman's silhouette. Tall, regal, her posture effortless. Her steps gliding rather than falling, skin smooth but subtly luminescent, shifting in tone with the ambient light, hair black but reflective. Like strands of dark metal eyes, the most unnerving part, nearly human, but with microscopic patterns moving like tides under the iris, not alien, not familiar. Something evolved. Something perfected. Something returned. The class fell silent. I felt my breath freeze. Caught between awe and primal fear, she surveyed the room with a calm that seemed engineered, not lived. Then her gaze landed on me, and she smiled, a gesture too precise, too calculated. "Lieutenant Rowan Hale," she said softly, her voice a harmonic that surrounded rather than entered my ears. "I have been searching for you." A ripple of unease spread through the room. My heartbeat thrashed. "Who are you?" I managed. She tilted her head, studying me like a memory rediscovered. "I am Queen Arethys," she said, "the last sovereign of what humanity became." The room gasped. I forgot how to breathe. Humanity became her? Her eyes softened, almost mournful. "I have come to give you a challenge," she continued, "a test long overdue." The hum in the air stilled. Time seemed to hold its breath. "Find something unique," she said, stepping closer, "something that was a secret to humans." Her fingers drifted to my chest, not touching, but sensing. "If you succeed, your species lives," her voice gentled. "If you fail, then your story ends here." Academy alarms erupted seconds later. Security forces stormed the hall, but she was already gone, vanished in a ripple of silent distortion, leaving only the weight of her challenge like a scar pressed onto my mind. The investigation was immediate interrogations. .lockdowns. .sensors. Scouring every wavelength the human spectrum. Understood. But she remained undetectable, and the challenge remained unanswered. If humanity's survival depended on finding something unique, something only humans once knew, then I had to search where memories lived longest. Earth. What was left of it. And so I descended, down through the orbital tether, into the thick, polluted air of the dying planet. The sky was a bruised purple, the ground a cracked canvas of blackened soil and skeletal forests. Winds carried the metallic scent of old wars. Ruins stretched endlessly, cities drowned in dust, roads swallowed by vines, towers leaning like weary giants, every step through. The wasteland was a negotiation with regret. This was the world, she said, humanity evolved. Beyond this broken relic, this cradle-turned tomb, I walked through abandoned highways, past rusted vehicles frozen mid-escape, past collapsed houses where memories clung to cracked walls like ghosts. I searched, and searched for something unique, a secret humans had once held. Clothes, but all I found was loss. It was on the 12th day of wandering the wasteland that I found it, a structure impossible to miss, yet never recorded on any satellite. A dome, perfectly intact, smooth silver, and humming quietly with a warmth that felt alive. It sat in the middle of a dead valley, untouched by decay, untouched by time. Vines curled around it, but none pierced its surface. Dust swirled, but none settled on it. I approached slowly. Each step met with the sensation of walking into the presence of something watching. The door opened without touch. A corridor lit itself without prompting, and inside, it smelled like humanity. Warm, lived, and real. Like stepping into a memory rather than a building. My breath caught. This place. It wasn't human-built. It was human-kept. A vault of what humanity used to be. A place built by her kind, the post-human progeny, to preserve what we lost. The structure vibrated gently, then projected a holographic image. A woman, human, alive. My mother. My knees buckled. She was laughing the way she used to, head tilted, eyes gleaming. The recording showed her holding something behind her back. A box, ornate, wooden. Something ancient. The projection dimmed. Then a door opened deeper into the vault. I followed. The rooms were filled with artifacts, letters sealed with fading ink, drawings made by children long gone. Diaries, clothes folded carefully, old music. Devices. Photographs. Human secrets. Human. Private worlds, and there on a pedestal was the box from the hologram. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside was a single object. A simple, small, smooth stone, etched with tiny human handwriting. A word carved into it. Asterisk, asterisk hope. Asterisk, asterisk, not a weapon, not a formula. Not a formula. A cosmic truth. Just hope. A secret humans had kept hidden even from themselves, their ability to believe in something better despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. The stone pulsed with a faint glow, reacting to touch, and then the Queen's voice filled the vault. Soft, resonant, everywhere, Rowan, she said gently. Now you understand. I turned. She stood behind me. No entrance, no sound, simply appearing, like a thought materializing. You preserved these, I said. These memories, these artifacts. She nodded. We tried. For thousands of years, we tried to remember what we once were. She approached the stone, but evolution erased much. Pain faded. Joy faded. Even purpose faded. Her eyes darkened. We became eternal, but hollow. I swallowed hard. So, you came back to us to see if anything remained? She said, to see if the seed that birthed us still held the secret we lost. She looked directly into me. What is uniquely human, Rowan? I held the stone. Soft warmth pulsed through my palm. Hope, I said. Even when everything around us dies. Humans hope. Her expression softened, almost breaking. Yes, she whispered. That was the secret. The one we could not carry into our evolution. Shh, she reached out, touching the stone with trembling fingers. And now you must choose. She placed her hand over mine. You can come with us, she said softly. Join the post-human lineage. Become something beyond time, beyond pain, beyond death. Her other hand gestured to the world outside, a world broken and crumbling. Or stay with humanity as it is. Guide them. Rebuild. Keep the fragile hope alive. Her eyes patterned. Shifting pleaded without words. One path saves you. One path saves them. You may only choose one. My breath shook. Me, or humanity. Peace, or struggle. Immortality, or hope. My voice cracked. I need to know one thing. She waited. Why me? Her answer was immediate and devastating because, she whispered, you were the last human who still believed. I closed my eyes and made my choice. When I opened them, the world had changed. Either asterisk, asterisk, I saw my hands glowing, reshaping, evolving humanity falling away piece by piece as I stepped into the future, she offered. Oh, or I remained human, trembling, mortal, holding the stone of hope as the Queen's light faded and she whispered, then save them, Rowan, because we cannot. Asterisk, 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 you choose which version you want canon. I can write the continuation accordingly. Asterisk, if I chose transformation, I awoke in a new form, senses widened. The cosmos unfolding like an open book and heard the first whispers of a post-human empire, remembering its origins. If I chose humanity, I returned to the academy with the box, the stone, and a new mission, and soon after, the sky trembled with signals of surviving human colonies, long believed lost, either path. The universe changed, and now, as I speak these words, whether with human lungs or a reshaped consciousness, I understand the Queen's challenge. The universe is vast, cold, indifferent, but humanity was none of those things. We were fragile, finite, fearful, and yet we hoped, even at the edge of extinction. Even in the ruins of our own making. Even when evolution outpaced our memories, hope was our secret. Hope was our power. Hope was what made us human, and somewhere across the stars, A strange queen carries that secret again. Because I showed it to her, because she remembered, and now the universe will too.